Hello students, let's discuss Arsenicum iodatum. So, this is basically iodide of arsenic. So, prover of this medicine is prover is herring. This is a deep acting medicine. Some symptoms of arsenic, mostly symptoms of arsenic, and some symptoms of iodine are there. So about thermal reaction, arsenicum iodatum is chilly patient, but iodine is very hot patient. So I am discussing it from boric Materia Medica. So let's start. Preferred in persistently irritating corrosive discharges. So discharge is corrosive. The discharge irritates the membrane from which it flows and over which it flows. So discharge is acrid, corrosive, thin discharge, irritates the mucous membranes over which it flows. The discharge may be fetid, watery, and mucous membrane is always red, angry, swollen, itches and burns. So mucous membrane is red, angry, swollen, itches and burns. Angry means there is itching, burning, redness, swelling, and discharge is acrid, corrosive, fetid, watery. Influenza and hay fever, old nasal catarrh and catarrh of middle ear. So swelling of tissues within nose, hypertrophied condition of the Eustachian tube with deafness. So hypertrophic condition of Eustachian tube with deafness. Senile heart, myocarditis and fatty degeneration. Pulse is shorty, myocarditis, inflammation of myocardium, layer of heart, fatty degeneration, chronic iotitis, epithelioma of lip, cancer of the breast after ulceration has set in. So this is the short introduction given in boric. Now come to the next slide. It seems probable that in Arsenicum iodatum we have a remedy very closely allied to the manifestation of tuberculosis. Very closely allied. In early stages of tuberculosis, that is incipient phthisis. Early stages of tuberculosis. Even though there is an afternoon rise of temperature. Afternoon rise of temperature, Arsenicum iodatum is very effective. So it will be indicated by profound prostration. Profound prostration. Generally in tuberculosis there is evening rise of temperature, but even in afternoon rise of temperature, Arsenicum iodatum is very effective. Profound prostration, irritable pulse, shorty pulse, recurring fever, sweats, emaciation, and a tendency to diarrhea. What kind of diarrhea? Spluttering diarrhea, that is noisy stool. Chronic pneumonia with lung abscess, hectic, debility, night sweats. So in this remedy देखा जाए तो organ lung है, heart है and kidney. So next, this remedy is also to be remembered in phthisis with horse. Phthisis is tuberculosis. Racking, cough and profuse purulent expectoration attended with cardiac weakness. There is great prostration, emaciation, debility. In chronic watery diarrhea in phthysical subjects. So, chronic watery diarrhea in phthysical subjects, tubercular cases. In case of emaciation with a good appetite, emaciation with a good appetite. In amenorrhea with anemic palpitations and dyspnea. In chronic pneumonia, when an abscess is about to form. Chronic pneumonia, there is lung abscess. Great emaciation debility is found in this remedy. Arteriosclerosis, myocardial degeneration, fatty degeneration, myocarditis, and senile heart. Threatened pyemia. Pyrogen. Threatened pyemia. Pyemia means that abscess is forming and the pus may be lead to went to bloodstream. So pus cells in the blood. Pyemia. Now come to the head. Particular symptoms. Head, there is vertigo with tremulous feeling, especially in the aged person. Eyes, about eyes, scrofulous ophthalmia, scrofulous or glandular diathesis. Ears, otitis media with fetid corrosive otorrhea, thickening of tympanum. One ear symptom is also there, hypertrophy of Eustachian tube. About nose, thin, watery, irritating, excoriating discharges, thin, watery, acrid, excoriating discharge from anterior and posterior ears. Sneezing, hay fever. Hay fever, irritation and tingling in the nose, constant desire to sneeze. This is very important. Constant desire to sneeze, volantinum. Chronic nasal catarrh, swollen nose, profuse, thick yellow discharge. Swollen nose, profuse, thick yellow discharge. Ulcers, membrane sore and excoriated. Ugina, aggravation by sneezing. Constant desire to sneeze and aggravation by sneezing. Next come to the throat symptom. So, burning in the pharynx, tonsils swollen, burning, tonsils swollen, thick membrane from fauces to lips, diphtheria, breath fetid, glandular involvement, chronic follicular pharyngitis, inflammation of pharynx, chronic follicular pharyngitis. Next, stomach pain and pyrosis. Pyrosis is heartburn. Heartburn, pyrosis. Vomiting an hour after eating food. After eating food, after 1 hour of eating food, vomiting is there. Nausea, distressing, pain in epigastrium, that is upper abdomen. Intense thirst. Thirst is intense. Water is immediately ejected like arsenic. So mostly symptoms are like arsenic, burning, itching, vomiting after food, intense thirst, but water is immediately ejected. About respiratory symptoms, slight hacking cough. Hacking cough with dry and stopped up nostrils. Dry and stopped up nostrils. Pleuritis exudativa. Pleuritis exudativa, generally a condition characterized by protein-rich fluid in the pleural space between the lung and chest wall, caused inflammation and damage. Chronic bronchitis, pulmonary tuberculosis, pneumonia that fails to clear up and causes lung abscess. Bronchopneumonia after influenza, cough dry with little or difficult expectoration. Aphonia, there is loss of voice due to difficult expectoration, hacking cough. Now come to the fever, recurrent fever and sweats. fever are recurring type of fever, and sweats, drenching night sweats as a symptoms of tuberculosis. Pulse is rapid, feeble, and weak, irregular. Rapid, feeble, weak, irregular. Chilly patient. Patient is very chilly. Arsenicum iodatum. Chilly patient cannot endure cold. But iodine is very hot patient. About skin symptoms: dry, scaly, itching, marked exfoliation of skin in the form of large scales, leaving a raw exudating surface beneath. Ichthyosis, cracked appearance होता है. Enlarged scrofulous glands, venereal bubo, debilitating night sweats, eczema of the beard, venereal bubo. So this remedy is anti-syphilitic drug. Eczema of beard, watery, oozing, itching, or sun washing. Eczema of beard or sun washing, emaciation, psoriasis, acne hard, salty with an indurated base, and pustule at the apex. Base is indurated, hard, and pus-filled pustule at the apex. Acne. Relationship: compare tuberculinum or antimonium. In hay fever, compare this drug. Now dose: second and third trituration ought to be prepared fresh and protected from light, should be continued for some time. Clinically, it has been found advisable in tuberculosis. Begin with 4x and gradually go lower to the second x trituration, 5 grains 3 times a day. So, all about this medicine. In pink highlighter, this is pink highlighter written in italics in boric, so must have to remember. If you have understand it, please like, share and subscribe my channel. Thank you.